The day, September 15th, 1963, would be a day marked in history. It was the day that the 16th Street Baptist Church was tragically bombed in the basement by 4 Ku Klux Klan members. 14 people were injured by the blast, and 4 little girls died. Denise McNair, Carol Robertson, Addie Mae Collins, and Cynthia Wesley, all in the girls' bathroom, and all fatally died.
Because the 4 little girls, dressed in white for Sunday school, can be blown to pieces because of hatred.
But amidst the rubble of the church, there was a 5th little girl named Sarah Collins Rudolph, and this is her story. The Forgotten Fifth, the story of Sarah Collins Rudolph. Sarah Collins Rudolph is a true example of triumph and tragedy because she is the only survivor of the bombing. She was hospitalized for months, and she still continues to suffer from trauma from the bomb to this day. Sarah Collins Rudolph was born in 1951. She was the youngest of 3. Birmingham was one of the most segregated areas in the South, with one of the most lawless KKK chapters in the nation. On that Sunday, Sarah, along with her 2 sisters, Addie Mae and Jamie, were walking to Sunday school.
Daddy and myself, we were so happy. And Janet had a little purse, and we was throwing it backward and forward to each other, and we had to walk about 17 blocks, and we was having a good time all the way to church that morning.
Even though the city Birmingham was nicknamed Bombingham for the number of bombs that had went off in the city, that did not stop the girls from walking to church.
And while we was in the basement, we decided to just stay there because we were late anyway, so we didn't go to our class. Back there, Cynthia Wesley and Carol Robinson, they came into the ladies' lounge, and they went on the other side where the stalls were located. So after they came out the stalls, Denise walked over to Addie. Addie was sitting on the couch.
That was the last thing Sarah Collins remembered before the bomb exploded. At 10:39 a.m., the bomb exploded, instantaneously killing the 4 girls in the basement. Sarah, who was under the rubble of the basement, called to her sister. There was no response. Soon, the police rushed to the 16th Street Baptist Church to see what had taken place and what needed to be done. After finding her under a pile of rubble, Sarah was soon taken to a local hospital. After going on the ambulance, Sarah Collins was immediately admitted into the hospital where doctors and nurses would tend to her.
in my eyes, and they was able to save my left eye, but I was blind instantly in my right eye, and had so many pieces of glasses in my face. The doctor had said it was about 26 pieces of glass.
There were 8 nurses and doctors present in the room when Sarah was getting her eye procedure done. But later on, Sarah would find out a horrible truth.
So I had asked her what was Addie. So she told me that Addie had hurt her back, but she would be there to see me tomorrow. But while I laid on the stretcher, I was laying up there waiting for the doctor to come in, because they said the doctor wasn't there. So I laid there and I overheard her tell someone that one of her sisters was killed in the bombing, and I had got all upset.
The public was furious with the events that took place that day. Word started to travel. It even got to the black leader Martin Luther King Jr. Later that night, MLK sent a telegram to President John F. Kennedy addressing the bombing and what he should do about it. Later, on September 19th, MLK, along with all the black leaders, came to the White House to discuss the matters with JFK about what they were going to do about the southern states. As for Sarah, she had to stay out of school due to her eye injuries, but would return a couple months later. Later on, Sarah would settle down with her husband, George Rudolph, in Forestdale, Alabama. But due to her injuries, Sarah would end up cleaning houses for 25 years. Sarah became an advocate for the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing, as she made a lasting impact by sharing her story.